recently moved to the Twin Cities, and now the national spokesman for Guide Dogs for the Blind is getting ready to unveil his new book, Blind, a Memoir.
Joining us with more is Belo Cipriani, the national spokesman for the Guide Dogs for the Blind. Tell us about his new book. Thank you for being here, Belo. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So it's interesting. You actually moved to the Twin Cities recently, but you have a long, in-depth story, and you put it all in this book. Why don't you kind of share with us right away? Tell us a little bit about what the book's about.
Sure. So back in 2007, I was living in San Francisco. I was, in my late 20s, and I was assaulted by a group of men. These men were my childhood friends. Clearly, I'm not friends with them anymore, but the assault left me blind. So I went from someone who was sighted to someone who couldn't see at all and needed to be rehabilitated. And so the book chronicles my journey, learning to do everything the blind way, learning Braille, learning to walk with a cane, and later with a guide dog. But it also has a lot of my reflections on, being someone who is able-bodied to then being somebody who depends on technology and depends on, different services to be independent.
It's a different experience for you than, for instance, being born blind, that you have obviously a lot of memories of what things look like. How is Minneapolis or the Twin Cities as far as helping people, the blind community here, in just navigating the cities?
I find the city fairly accessible. I feel when I've been, moseying around downtown in the different neighborhoods, people have been pretty friendly and able to assist me when I ask for help. There's a wonderful center here called the Vision Loss Resource Center, and I'm actually speaking at their event on June 16th, which is a Thursday. It's the big open house. People could come in and, wear some goggles and get the experience of what it's like to be blind or have experienced vision loss. Mm-hmm. And so I feel that the services here are pretty good.
And is there an area, Belo, because you are the national spokesperson for Guide Dogs for the Blind, is there something that you would like to see more happen to help out people like yourself?
I wish there was just more information available about just etiquette with people with disabilities, and I think there's different agencies, working on that now. I feel that, as a culture, we're not always taught how to engage with somebody with a disability. I mean, that's slowly changing with, now classes at the college level, and some school districts are offering, intro to disability studies. But I think generally, and I was a victim of that too. When I was in my 20s, I would see people who are disabled on the street, and I wanted to say hi, but I didn't know how. I didn't want to be rude. And so instead, I would just not say anything. I feel that the general public wants to socialize with people with disabilities, they just don't know how.
All right, so you mentioned, for instance, in just engaging people, whether they're blind or handicapped of any way. For instance, using a guide dog, I know it's really important that people read the signs that tell you, basically, don't go up and pet your dog because your dog's working. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so when guide dogs have their harness on, they're working, so their focus is on me. Their goal is to keep me safe and show me how guide dogs work is they alert you to changes in elevation, so it could be, a driveway or step up, step down. They also alert me with anything at my face level, like a branch or a sign. And so when they're working, their focus is on me, so we ask people who, not to pet them or to ask for permission. Sometimes, I'm able to take the harness off and let them socialize with someone on the street, but, always ask before approaching a guide dog team, because most of the time they're trying to execute something, so
right.
The person would maybe interrupting something that could be harmful.
How long have you been with Oslo?
I got Oslo back in 2013, and he's great. He is my second guide dog. I retired my first guide dog, and that was tough. It was you're so bonded with this one canine, and she lives here in Minneapolis as well. My retired guide dog. My sister adopted her, so she's still in the family.
Nice.
I get to see her regularly, and so yeah, these guide dogs are just amazing.
I want to talk real quick. I apologize. We just have about
Sure.
30 seconds left.
Sure.
100% Wine. You wanted to talk about how they support the disabled. Talk about that organization.
Of course, yeah. So I am also the national spokesman for for 100% Wines.
Okay.
And their website is drinkwinehelppeople.org. And it's a premium winery that donates all profits to agencies that help people with disabilities find jobs.
Okay. Oh, wow.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And so one other thing, when it comes to guide dogs, you said it's important to educate people about, one, not only don't pet the dog, because they're working. But is there something else that you think that's really critical that people should know about being around someone who's blind that, you know, would help you?
I think always, ask someone if they have help. Don't jump to help someone without asking.
Okay.
That's happened to me a couple of times. It happened to me anywhere where I'm walking around, someone grabs me. Here you go. I'm like, I didn't want this elevator, but thank you.
Yeah, that's important to think about because I think a lot of us, you're right, aren't aware and don't think about that. So that's great advice. And hopefully your book launch will go wonderful. We want to share with people the details of that real quick here.
Thank you, Belo.
Thank you.
It's the book launch, and it is happening on Thursday, June 16th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's at Vision Loss Resources in Minneapolis. And if you'd like more information about the book, head to belocipriani.com.
Yes,
Thank you
Belo,
for being here.
we wish you the best. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Thank you.